Do I smell old to you? Well, you know what? If I do, I'm thankful that I've lived long enough that this is something for me to deal with. Hi, my name is Naomi, and welcome to Journey of a Flying Pig, where I talk about things that I've learned from a life well lived. And today we are going to talk about old people smell. Oh, welcome on the journey. Now, first of all, I want to make sure that you understand that this is not necessarily just old people that we're talking about. Okay, the condition that is that happens actually starts forming when you're in your 40s, and the things that I'm going to talk about today pertain to people. It pertains to you no matter what age you are, with just one exception. And the exception is the kind of soap that I'm going to recommend that you use. Okay? So what is it? All right? It is our body chemistry changing as we get older. Imagine that. And what we start doing is we start to produce this lipid, this oil on our bodies that is a compound called 2-nonenal. And it is considered to be stickier than the normal oil that we have been producing for years. And as a result of that, we do, it's produced in areas that you don't think about, and so you might not spend as much time paying attention to. And also, you know, the soap that we normally use might or might not be as effective in removing it. Now, can you prevent old people smell? Your body's going to do what your body's going to do, and you are going to produce this lipid, this oil. However, good hygiene is going to help to reduce the effectiveness or the effect of the oil. Okay. And so it's not necessarily bad hygiene, and good hygiene will address it. All right. So, um, it is, like I said, it's a lipid that is produced on your body, and it is produced in places that we don't normally think of as oily. All right. So, you ready for this? Behind your ears. Okay. Your under your neck and your chest area, your shoulders, your scalp, the back of your scalp, your back. Your back is like the biggest area that this oil is produced on. Um, your belly button, between your toes, and any place where there is skin over skin. So for me, I am voluptuous, and so I have places that is skin on skin, and so those are areas that's going to trap and hold this smell. And hold it. It's gonna hold the oil, and the oil is what produces this smell. All right. I am very, very self conscious of this from being with my mother as she got older, working on an inpatient psychiatric unit on the geriatric floor, and being aware of my own self. Now, you may say, I don't have that smell. And a and part of that is that we get desensitized to our own smell unless it's really strong. Okay. Like you've gone out running and you're sweating a lot and you're, yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, with that being said, like I said, the areas that you pay close attention to, uh, your hair. Um, it's interesting. when they were talking about, oh, I watched a bunch of videos about this to get background information about that. When they were talking about your hair, regular shampoo is already developed to deal with the oil on your skin, on your scalp. And what was recommended was that you massage your scalp before and while you are putting the shampoo on, okay? And it's the actual friction of the hands that's helping to loosen up that oil that's sticking to you, all right? Um, and when you're talking about like your back, oh, this is my part of my arsenal against tunonino, old people smell, all right? This is persimmon soap. Persimmon soap, anecdotally, I mean, right now it's very, very popular. Um, the tannins in persimmon and the tannins found in tea, green tea. So soap that has either persimmon, green tea, or both are going to be a little bit more effective than just your regular, ivory soap or something like that, to help release this particular compound. Okay, I can tell you that this is really cool. It's really thin. They are a little bit more expensive than just regular ivory. I will tell you that. Um, the when when I use persimmon soap, I don't use it every time because it is more expensive, and so I don't use it every day. I use it every 2 or 3 days. That's just me. That's just the way I'm doing it right now. Until I learned how to make my own soap. I have made soap in the past, and I've been finding some recipes using persimmon, and I want to make my own. Of course I do. But anyway, so I digress because I do that so well. I have noticed that when I use the soap and I scrub behind my ears, I can actually feel I can feel like squeaky clean. And when you are scrubbing your body, you're going to notice that using this soap, it does feel less oily and more squeaky. With that being said, a couple of heads ups, caveats um, about when you shower. First of all, be aware that as you get older, your skin gets thinner. And so you have to be more cautious. Yes, you want to rub so that it's physically like helping to remove this oil from your skin. And you don't want it to be too rough that you actually, hurt yourself. Okay. Um, the they highly recommend that you either use that you use a back brush, or what I have is I got this off the internet, and I wasn't quite sure what kind of material it was going to be when I got it, and it's similar to the material that's made out of the scrubbies that we use to scrub our bodies with. I can't think of what it's called. Not the loofah, but similar to the loofah. But anyway, now the thing is that we don't scrub our we most of us, let me put that this way, don't scrub our backs really that well. When you use something like this and you're scrubbing it, okay, you know, it feels really good because we don't scrub our backs enough as we should. And you can scrub your neck like this. And I like the feel of it. Anyway, so a long back washcloth, or whatever you want to call it, or a back brush. I don't know about you, but I'm not coordinated enough to really do well with my back brush, even though I bought one. Anyway, and the soap itself. Now, this is a cheaper brand. This is a no-name brand. I'm not going to give you the name. There is a more expensive name brand that a lot of people recommend. I neither confirm nor deny whether the effectiveness of it. I don't know. I'm too cheap. I'll be honest. I found this substitute. It appears to work for me. It's effective. Okay. All right. So, um, if you don't have persimmon soap, even if you use regular soap, and just make sure that you have the scrubbing, not just lather on and then rinse off. They recommend that you spend, 5 to 15 seconds on an area. This is like in between your toes. Um, that is has the higher concentration of the glands that produce this. To remove the oil. Um, be aware that no matter how good a hot shower feels on your body, the fact that a hot shower also it strips all the oil off, and then the glands feel like they've got to produce more to compensate. And this is because it's the heat that's causing that. The heat is what's causing the oil glands to produce more. Okay, so a hot shower, as much as it may feel good on your back, if you're like me and you have back problems, you're like, oh yeah, I like that. It's also not good because it's producing more of the substance that you're trying to get in control of. Okay, so be aware of that. Okay. Um, Now, uh, another thing, if you are if you are in places where it's skin touching skin, like between your toes, or like under areas where skin is on skin, like, you know, I'm voluptuous, okay, they recommend making sure that you dry very, very well. And then those areas that are skin on skin, maybe put some powder on like you would a baby. And then on the other areas of your skin, maybe put a moisturizer on after you've done. All right, now let's talk realism. Not everybody can take a shower or a bath every day. The goal, I'm talking about, the goal is that you try to. Um, that's kind of like the goal is to take a shower or a bath every day and clean your whole body. If not, then you do the best you can. You do it as often as you can. And you make sure that if you are not taking a full bath or shower, that you are doing the best that you can to at least hit all of the hot spots. A washcloth and soap is going to be more effective than these these towelettes. So I understand. I remember after I had my open heart surgery, oh my God, that when I got home, taking a shower was daunting. And it took me a lot of, I don't want to say courage, but it took a lot out of me to actually take a shower when I first got home. And then as I started feeling better, I was able to take my showers more regularly. And every time that I took a shower, I felt better. So you do the best you can at this. And I know that that's so weird to say, but you know, I've worked with people who have said, I don't take a shower every day because, I don't get dirty because I don't go out and I don't work. I sit at home or something like that. You know what? Your body is still working even if you're not actively moving around. and you're still producing this oil, and you are still, um, your body hasn't stopped working. So you do need to take some kind of a wash up every day. You need to brush your teeth every day. You need to wash your face and get the sleep out of your eyes every day. You need to, at a minimum, hit the hot spots, which are like under the arms, under any area that is, skin touching skin. And yeah, your groin area. Okay? This is being honest. So don't sell yourself short and not take care of yourself. You do the best you can, and that's the best that you can do until things change and you do better. And don't fool yourself. Okay? Anyway, this is the first part of the video. The second part of the video, I'm going to talk about not just the body part of taking care of your body odor. Old people smell. We're going to talk about the things in your environment you can do to also help stay on top so you and your house does not smell like an old person lives there. All right, in the meantime, if you enjoyed this, please, if you like it, which means hit that little button down there. If you haven't subscribed and you find the stuff that I talk about interesting, please hit subscribe. And if you have any comments, please leave comments so that we can start a dialogue. This is not a subject that a lot of people are comfortable with. I also am going to include a couple of videos that I watched that will give you more information in a much more clinical manner than than this video to augment what I'm talking about. And above all else, be kind. Be kind to other people. More importantly, be kind to yourself. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.